everybody, my name is Rainy Angel and welcome to my channel, Rainy Angel in Spirit. Now today I wanted to talk to you guys about an out-of-body experience that I had a little over a year ago, and this one was spontaneous and it happened as soon as I fell asleep. Now this was before I knew anything about the AIDA method, which means awaken your dormant abilities. It's basically just when you're consciously aware as you fall asleep and then you can exit your body that way. This one was not like that at all. It was just spontaneous and it randomly happened. As I laid down, went to sleep, and I'd say within about 5 to 10 minutes I fell asleep, and that's when my soul had left my body. It's like this is my physical body sleeping on the bed, and then this was my soul, and I sort of I felt my soul come out, like hover out like this. I flipped over like a pancake, like so it went like this. It happened so fast, like so fast. And I, did that, turned around and left my room. Now, when I was doing this, I was not doing anything human-like. Like I wasn't walking, I wasn't even using my feet to move. I was like floating. Like it felt like the sensation of like, when you see like a stingray like swimming on the bottom of the ocean floor. That's exactly like what I was doing. I couldn't really see myself. I was just in the presence and essence of my soul. In this out-of-body experience, I was facing my fears. I was faced with a couple of fears of mine from childhood, mixed with a culmination of, I have like a dog hair on my nose. Okay. Mixed with like a culmination of like just general judgy sort of fears that I've had in my day-to-day life that I have recently got rid of. It was all dark in my room. I remember my room at the time was kind of a mess because I had just moved into this house. I hadn't like organized everything yet. I think the hall light was on. That was it. Like the hallway light right outside my door was on. So I kind of could see a light. And I'm going through my room and I'm like going around all my mess. And I remember seeing, this is where the fears just came in. Like one of my fearful things as a kid that I totally forgot about, and I didn't even realize that this is what it was until like months later. I saw a dog, like a sort of beastly looking dog, enter my room, and it was all black. It kind of looked like a mixture of like a wolf and like just like this black wolfy beast looking thing with like glowing eyes. And I saw it creep into my room as I was leaving my room. Like it kind of like we kind of passed each other, and I didn't think anything of it. Like I was so brave. Like I saw that it was there, but I didn't even really acknowledge it. I just kept on moving. Later on, I found out that creature there that I saw was the beast from the movie Never Ending Story, which in that movie, if you've seen that movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that black dog beast that is driven by the nothing, like that is coming to destroy the little kid's imagination due to the kid not believing in his imaginative world anymore. But it was that dog, that beast, that was following him. Now in my dimensional space, it was following me. So didn't think anything of it. I quickly, floated down the hall, entered my kitchen. As soon, I don't know how, my soul just knew this, because your soul just knows everything. It has like 360 vision. It could see everything for what it is, way better than 2020. I got this like sense that the beast was right behind me, and I turned around and saw it right there, and it was literally its jaws, like its mouth and jaws were wide open with these like just shiny sharp fangs and glowing red eyes. It's just like when you would see in the movie at the very end when the kid faces the beast and he opens his mouth to like eat him. It looked just like that, because that's exactly what it was. As soon as I saw that, I had this bravery in me as a soul, literally like faced it. Like by facing it, I mean I confronted it, went up to it, screamed in its face, and it disappeared in a bunch of these little sparkles. So I faced that fear in that moment, and it was wild. Like, it took me a while to understand like what that was and why, like what was that from? Like was that just a random thing? But when you're in your dimensional space on the other side, it's everything that you have created, whether it's something you've seen before or if it's something that you just created in your imagination due to your fear or your love or experiences, everything. And that's what that was. So I went on about my day, didn't think anything of it, just kept on exploring. I decided to leave my house. I went out of my house I left my front door. I actually opened it as if I was like a human. Like I opened it with the doorknob and everything. And I walked outside. It wasn't my normal street that I have and that I live on here. I'm just petting my dogs and it's like, anyways. So I went outside and it wasn't my regular street. It was an old street I used to live on when I was a kid. And I remember the house across the street. It was a family of like grandparents and then 4 kids that lived there. And we were all friends. We'd play together every day. I just had like a lot of core memories from that house specifically. Like me and the kid had like a crush on each other and we would always play and just have fun. I saw that house, but the only thing was that it was boarded up completely. Like not even just the windows. It was completely boarded up from top to bottom. And I felt like that symbolized old memories, like those that doesn't exist anymore. Like as a kid, like that was something in the past. It was something that you loved, but it's, you know, in a way it's kind of like, sometimes I like think about that house and I'm like, oh man, I had such good memories, you know, there as a kid. I was probably around 10 years old. That's what that symbolized. Another one of my fears crept into my space. Now, when I was a kid, I used to love scary movies. I grew up watching scary movies, and I still do, but just not as much because it can affect you mentally and manifest these things into your space on the other side. So I just like kind of tend to stay away from like scary things. And a lot of the things that like are considered scary aren't really scary to me anyways. But if you've seen the movie The Ring, the girl Samara that comes out of the well, like I watched that movie so many times as a kid, and even though it scared the crap out of me, I still love to watch it because I just loved scary movies. I saw her coming towards me like from across the street. Okay, so it was like a mixture of that image of her with a mixture of self-judgment. Like basically she was like insulting me. Like she was saying things like insulting my job, like saying I have a crappy job, saying like, you know, did you lose your job? Like you suck and this and that. Just saying all these like, you know, just mean things to me. She was coming at me pretty fast, walking across the street. Her voice was very loud. I remember her voice was like, even though she was across the street, it sounded very echoey and very just like so loud. Once again, in, you know, the bravery of my soul, I ran up to her, or floated, levitated, whatever. I remember I picked her up with my 2 hands and I threw her straight up into the sky, and she was gone, disappeared, like couldn't be found. And then suddenly I started, hold on. Okay, so suddenly right after that happened, I wanted to sort of escape wherever I was, and I just started doing this swimming motion upward, and I made it up to the sky. And as soon as I did that, I woke up back in my body. I sat up and I was like, what just happened? Like there's more to this world than what meets the eye. So that's what led me down this whole path of out-of-body experiences, near-death experiences, and then that's how I found the AIDA method, and I've been practicing it since May. Yeah, that's my out-of-body experience. You do, when you're in your dimensional space on the other side, you can come across some fearful things if you're in a fearful state only. You know what I mean? And sometimes you don't even mean to. This stuff just comes into your space and you don't even remember, you don't realize it. Like even not just fearful things like movie characters and monsters, but just anxieties, stresses, things that could stress you out here. You know what I mean? But yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys today. I've like gotten rid of the fear of going on to the other side, and you know, because really the only thing to fear is fear itself. You know, everybody's heard that saying before, but it's really true. Like you have nothing to fear but fear itself, and you have nothing to fear but yourself. So you have to just get over so many fears of like self-judgment, like, you know, don't worry about what other people think of you. You're the only one that creates your reality. So yeah, that's all. Okay, bye.